Okay, so what we're gonna do, you don't want this to get too hard. You want it to be soft as possible. I'm just gonna go through like this. Make sure you have a good knife. You can put this in foil, but I put this in wax paper and I put it in one of my containers like this to do for this specific, because I didn't have a lot that I wanted to do. And you gotta be patient, that's for sure. And we're just gonna, what you are doing is just chopping everything up, and you want it to start to, what you can do in between is just stop for a couple seconds, go back, because what you want it to do is start to get, as you can see, it's like forming a crumble texture, which is what you want, because you want it to look like crumbles. And I'm gonna let this sit for a couple seconds here, because I want it to dry. The more I chop it up, it gets that crumbly texture, which is what you want. This is a messy. And if it makes you feel better, you can see how I'm just doing one section while that sits for a minute. I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna chop this. And as you see, it is still warm. This is actually still warm, which makes it more pliable. You don't want it to be solid, because if it becomes solid, you got to melt it down and get it a little bit softer, which I've done before. It's just easier to work with it like this. I'm just gonna let this sit for some time. I'm just gonna let it sit for a couple minutes and just wait a couple seconds. I already have some, but they're not, they're the banana. Let me see if I can get the banana piece. They're the banana crumble that I did previously. And also, that's what I can do, because this is going to be a banana pudding one. There is the banana right there. I can actually put some of this in here, and let me tell you why. Because it's going to be a strawberry banana pudding candle, and I want the image to look as such. So putting some of this in there really is a good idea. Some of these pieces are a little bit bigger, which is fine. Let's see. Let's get a little bit stiffer for me. This actually smells like bananas and strawberries. It smells really, really good. When you are doing like this for your candles and stuff, for your texture, you just have to keep working at it. And like I said, you have to be patient with it. You can do this. The red wax that I'm using was actually something else. So I'm not gonna make that anymore. So I said, well, you know, I'm gonna be doing a strawberry crumble. I need a strawberry banana pudding candle, and I need some red crumble. So I just figured I'll just repurpose this for something else. When, I'm not gonna lie, right now I am not working, and wax is very expensive. So I try to find ways to offset to bring a product. I didn't add anything to this. I didn't have to add any fragrance or anything, because it already had fragrance in it, which is good. Yep, it is still warm. Isn't that something? And you have to just dye. Oh my God, it's so dye. See, I need it to get a little bit stiffer for me. So I'm gonna let this sit. I'm gonna open it a little bit so the air can get through the sit. And I'm probably gonna add some more of the banana pudding crumble in here. Like I said, I want to give it a texture and I want to give it a look. So we're gonna just open it up and let that cool down some more. And that's what I'm gonna do with that. So I'll be back after I let this sit for a couple minutes. And then let me get the other one. This one is fine. It's very fine crumble. I'm just gonna let this sit. Yeah. Imagine that. Okay, this is, as you can see how it's getting stiffer. It is starting to cool down some more. Yep. It's not as warm. So you just have to just take your time. Oh, wow. Oh, yes. And when you live to be 100, just knows because you did something well to people. Okay. And see, the texture is starting to get much more crumbly. Just have to keep working at it. I got this knife from the Dollar Tree. A lot of my stuff I get from the Dollar Tree. It's very cost efficient. And even if you have old silverware that you know you're not going to use, old pots, and you can also go to the thrift store to get stuff. Yep, see? That's what you want to see. See, it's doing. It's starting to actually look like crumble. Scrape that up some more. Get all my wax. And it really does look like cookie crumble, which is what I wanted this to look like. It's coming out very good. And it's still a little warm, but it is gonna get. I'm gonna keep chopping and spreading, chopping and spreading. If you chop and spread, you get some air in. it starts to cool it down. And you can see the other pieces of the other crumble that I put in here previously. Look at that. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to let this, see how I'm still able to ball it up a little. Let me chop that down some more. I'm just going to chop a little bit more. So what I'm going to do with this, it depends on how fine you want it, because I have one that is extra fine, which is right here, and then I have this, another one that's kind of a little bit more chunky. So it's all up to how you want your crumble to look. I like the look of this. I'm just going to let it sit here a little bit and just finish cooling, because I like the look of it. It looks like cookie crumble, and so you have to be careful with your dye. It's still soft, you know, it's still got some softness, which is fine. That's why I'm just gonna let it finish sitting, and I'm just gonna let that. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna let this sit out, finish, and there you have your crumble. Now I am gonna video putting this together with the for the strawberry banana pudding cake. I'll video putting the whole thing together. I have my strawberries already. I have my crumble, and I have, of course, some wafers, or I have some, just some regular, like sugar cookie type. But I always take stuff. I think I might melt these down, and I actually have the wafer mold, and I'll pour these. And I can even add some strawberry scent to this, and some red, or just add a little bit of red, so I can, you know, so we'll see. So we're gonna let this finish cooling completely, and then when I'm assembling the whole thing, I'll be back and I'll let you see me put it together. Here is the candle that I used to crumble for. Strawberry banana pudding